Hello everybody, my name is Marlowe and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Survival, where last time round we built this entire custom volcanic island from scratch. And then we inhabited the island with a bunch of turtles. These guys are very much so enjoying their life, basking on the shore, soaking up the sunshine and watching the waves flow by. I mean, just look at all those waves. It's a surfer's dream, isn't it? I also managed to catch a few of the turtles growing up and collected their scutes, so now I have a turtle shell helmet, which is cool. I look interesting with this thing on. Don't think I'm going to be keeping it there permanently. So today we're going to be doing some more piratey builds in this area which we've been working on recently, and today we're going to be making an entire pirate village over the span of this sparse jungle. In between episodes, I've been doing some preparations for this build, mainly resource gathering. I've chopped down a lot of wood. My axe has been very busy. We've now got a ton of jungle wood and a little bit of spruce, not quite as much. We've got nearly 10 stacks of spruce, which is fine. I don't need that much, but jungle, I'm going to be using a lot of it, so I just got a shulker box full. We're going to be doing quite a lot of building today, of course, but before we get started with that, I would actually like to get some of our pirate villagers ready. Now, we're not going to be moving them into position just yet, but I would like to get them on standby for doing that next episode when we'll probably be wrapping things up here. My plan is to just kind of leave them out in the open, unlike this guy, and obviously I don't want them dying from zombies and goodness knows what else, so I'm going to leave it to the last minute to actually let them out into the wild. But that's not going to stop me from building a villager breeder and stocking up ready for that occasion. Villager breeder done. This is a design from Zinji. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description. But now I just have to wait for the sun to set and we can start looking for some zombie villagers. Nighttime is upon us, so now let the hunt begin. Are you zombie villagers? No. Well, that was mean. Oh, did I just see one? No, I did not. So I finally found one. The trouble is I haven't really thought about where I'm putting him until he's a bit... Spider! What the heck, man? What the heck? Please. Okay, you're good. You're good. I mean, I guess... What? Oh, it's my lucky day. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have two of them right here, right now. How do I do this? Let's get some blocks and maybe split this section in half. Stop them from getting to each other. And then you, sir, can just... Not really what I had in mind. Sure. That works. You guys can save me a splash potion of weakness too, because I can hit you both and go 1, 2, and just put a roof on them. Great job, guys. You cured up real quick. You, sir, just need to go in that hole with your friend, please. Please. Pretty please. Please. Go in the hole. Pretty please, with a cherry on top, go in the stupid hole. Well, this clearly is not working, is it? There is only one logical solution for this, and that is to drown said villager. Uh-oh. Okay, so I made it worse. Here I am setting up a barricade, and I've just realized something very important. When these villagers sleep in bed in the morning, they wake up in this spot. So if I just cover them up with the glass, I think we'll be all good in the morning. Unfortunately, someone's head is too fat and long. I can't put the glass flat down on the floor. So for now, this is going to have to do. Well, I can't see the villagers, so I'm taking that as a good sign they're in the bed. Here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, very exciting. I felt like a kid on Christmas. Yes, they are both in the hole. Now I'm just going to give them a bunch of carrots so they can go on breeding. Open up the trapdoor. That didn't work. Fine, I'll do it manually. But they're going to trade amongst themselves, have some fun, make some babies, and I'll check back in on them later. Anyway, whilst my villagers are over there populating the village, I'm going to start building said village. They're going to be in the same style as these huts over here that we've already made, just altering them up a little bit so there's some slight variation each time. We now have a total of 13 huts, which I personally think is a really healthy amount. We're only making a small village here. As you can see, they are all sorts of shapes and sizes, totally different from each other. For the most part, there are a couple that are very similar, but I wanted to add some variety and make them all look a little bit different, which I definitely think I've done. And I've also completed the interiors of them too. Quick update on the villagers here. They have made a total of, let's see here, 0 children. And honestly, I don't know why. I've used Zingy's village breeder design before multiple times, and they've worked every single time really well. So it's definitely not the fault of his. I've probably just made a mistake somewhere. Maybe building it in this spot wasn't the smartest idea. Although I have made one underground before and that wasn't a problem. So honestly, I don't know. But I'm pretty busy this month. I'm going away fairly shortly, so I'm trying to get this episode done in a reasonable amount of time. I don't want to be messing around with villagers for too long. So I'm going to put them on the back burner and we'll come back to them next episode and hopefully be able to move in some villagers to this place. Anyway, the next thing I want to do with the village here is work on a few more food sources. So we have this small crop farm over here next to this house. I'm thinking we could build a couple more of these and maybe make some animal pens. I think that would be a good idea. This area over here is pretty flat and open, so I'm going to make this one of the crop farms. Definitely going to need a couple of hidden water sources. I find these sort of open farms always look a little bit better when you can actually see any water and it's nothing but crops. The next question is, which seed do I want to plant? I could do beetroot, potato, wheat, pumpkin, carrots, well maybe not pumpkin, but I could do the main 4. And I kind of want to do beetroot, but I only have 16 seeds and then I'd have to make a trip back home. So I'm going to go with carrots because I'm lazy. I'll tell you what, I feel like beetroots don't get enough love. So once I got all these carrots placed down, we'll go make another smaller crop farm that we can plant them on. There we are, second farm done, this time beetroot. As you can see, I am 3 short though, so I kind of need some bone meal. Thankfully, it is night time, and there are skeletons around. Well, there's supposed to be skeletons around, not that I've seen one. Aha, there you are, sir. Okay, so the pirates have plenty of crops, but I do want to make just a small animal pen. Trouble is, I don't see any animals around anywhere. I take that back. There is a sheep over here as well as multiple chickens. Yes, hello. Mr. Sheep, I'm going to need you to come with me. I don't have a lead or any wheat, so can we just get some good cooperation going here? For a start, you're going the wrong way. Come on, follow me. Yeah, this isn't going to happen. Change of plan. We're going to get the chickens instead. Come on, friends. This way. In you come. And trap forever. Haha. They might be able to fit through this gap. I'm not entirely sure. But, oh well. It's not the end of the world if they go in the house. Okay, well, that's food sorted. What else can we add? I think it'd be a good idea if we could add some sort of tool station. I'm thinking this building over here with the chimney can be the worksmith, blacksmith, weaponsmith of sorts. Except without actually smithing anything. As I said, this is a very primitive village. He's going to be making spears and that sort of thing. I'm just using this building because it's got the chimney and it's a bit of a special one. So let me see if I can come up with something out the front here. Pretty simple, but I think it does the job. Over here we have a small stone supply, obviously for whatever sharp part of the tool is being made. The spearhead, for example. We've got a small wood supply for the rest of the tool. And then over here is the actual crafting station and the grindstone to sharpen said tool. I think the next thing I want to work on is actually connecting all of these huts up with some pathways. I'm also thinking I kind of want to build a bridge over this massive cave, just to make going from this part of the village over to this side where we do have some more houses a little bit more convenient. Because the pirates, they don't have elytra wings. So let's see if we can whip something up here and also make all of those pathways. There we go, we have ourselves one rickety bridge crossing over this gap. And I've also made all of the pathways, keeping this design pretty simple, just a combo of coarse dirt, spruce and path blocks. Can't really go wrong with this one. Something I am debating with doing is maybe adding a few tiki torches along the pathway just to brighten up at nighttime. Having said that, when we have the villagers moved into here, I don't plan on being around this area during the nighttime. Because, you know, they'll all get eaten. Tiki torches placed down really helps with the atmosphere when you're walking around. From far away though, you can't really see them, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Real quickly, just before we get started with the next part of the village, I'm removing some of the hay bales here from underneath our volcano smoke. That was a suggestion from multiple of you in the last episode, just so it's not quite as much smoke coming out of the top, and honestly, I think that's an improvement. We've still got quite a lot of smoke towards the bottom of the top of the volcano, if that makes sense, but not all of it is rising quite as high. So yes, thank you everybody for that idea. Gonna add in a couple of these, just some storage stacks. It's a great little detail to add into virtually any build, as long as it's not an ultra modern thing that you're building. They're just great for filling in a small area if it looks a little bit empty or missing something. It's just a combo of my custom note block texture, barrels, and chests. Simple as that. So we've got some of our regular storage dotted around the village. I think now what I would like to add in is lumber storage. So not necessarily building with crates or barrels or anything like that, but just kind of stacking up some logs next to each other that have been chopped down and kind of waiting to be used by the villagers. Or pirates, whatever we're calling them. So just kind of creating a stack of logs like that. This is quite an old detail. Lots of people have used this before in the past, but you bring some rails over and it kind of looks some rope tying them down to keep them in place. So that looks pretty cool, right? I think I'm going to add a couple more in somewhere else, maybe up over here. This tree is going to be blocking the view, so unfortunately it's going to have to go. Some of you may be wondering why I'm not building custom trees or anything like that in this area, simply because I don't want to. Plain and simply, I don't feel like it. Jungle trees in the sparse jungle especially, I think are actually quite well suited, especially when combined with the small bushes that naturally generate. So in this instant, I don't feel like custom trees are necessarily needed. And like I said, I'm lazy today. Yep, that looks pretty cool too. Something else I've definitely overlooked is adding some of our pirate banners in. I've only really got them down by the shore, so let's pop them on a couple of these houses. Right here, over here on the largest house, let's have one hanging from the bridge. And we'll stick one up here on this small house. Honestly, I think we're pretty much done. The final thing I want to add in is just a few more bits of tall grass, because we have some empty patches around here, for instance, and a couple of other places where I've built custom terrain. And there's tall grass like everywhere in the sparse jungle, so I'm just going to spam a bunch of bone meal. And I might also get my hands on some bamboo and chuck a couple of stalks of that in. Other than that though, I'd say this is a nice, quaint, jungle pirate themed village. The bamboo is too much, right? Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. It's just way too tall and obnoxious. Let me get rid of all of those bamboo stalks and then we can slap some shaders on and have a nice look around at our finished village. So there we go everybody, that is it for our pirate themed jungle village, with the exception of one final addition, which we will be making in the next episode, and I will reveal all of that in due course. It's the final piece of the story that we're creating here, and I'm really excited to share with you guys. But for now, this is where I'm going to say goodbye for today's episode. Thank you ever so much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.